Hey yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my reaction gamers chat? If you guys don't know, Stellar Blade came out, and I wanted to watch this video by Vera Dark, who, damn you, why are you on the left side? I'm on the left side. I'm a left side gamer. But yeah, Vera Dark posted this video talking about Stellar Blade that just came out. I really am excited to play this game. I haven't played it yet. I wanted to get on here and talk about this because it is such an insane game to come out. I think now, I looked online and it should be about 3 million copies sold, something like that. It's something crazy, which I'm not very surprised, chat. Like, Stellar Blade is just like everything you really need in a game, right? It has hot characters, it has pretty good gameplay, and if I know Shift Up, they probably has a pretty decent story. You know, their other game, Nikkei, which is a pretty fan servicey game, it has an insanely good story. It's like actually probably one of the best stories in gacha gaming. But, you know, as much as I'm glazing it, to be honest, Chad, I'm not really. Me and Shift Up recently, we've been going through some marital troubles with them releasing a Chinese server for Nikkei and then just giving them a whole bunch of quality of life that we don't get over here in Global, which is weird because they're a Korean company, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to let my personal feelings get in the way of this, right, chat? Let's just watch this video.
The Access Media has been furious over Stellar Blade's
Wow.
PC release because of modders. Modders are enhancing the game and all
also, I
different
love that girl. Who is that girl? God, I just played the event and I don't remember this girl's name. She's really cute, though. I love short hair tomboys.
sorts of ways, and they don't like that. They don't want you to be able to control the content that you consume, which is an insane thought to have. But PC Gamer is getting absolutely raked across the coals by gamers right now for saying the Gooner Game of the Year Stellar Blade's mods are 41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven.
What? What the hell kind of title is that? Dude, you know someone came and made this title and wrote this furiously. Like, I can hear the not even the cope, but the cope and seethe, Jack. I can feel it off of this title. Like, how is it Gooner Game of the... I'm not going to lie, chat. There is probably a Gooner Game of the Year, and I think it's probably Love and Deep Space. Because Love and Deep Space makes like $50 to $60 million a month. Most of that's from China, though. Shout out to China. Apparently, they have a lot of lonely women.
I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I have to start off this video with saying these people need charity. These people are a sad case of the almost jobless. Okay, their outlets are dying. They are not going to have their jobs much longer.
I'm surprised PC Gamer can afford the golden check mark. Huh. Anyone else surprised by that? Weird.
And all they're really trying to do is to hold on as tightly as they can before their sites go under. So they have to put out hit pieces against gamers because it's the only way that they get clicks. It's the only way that they get attention. I mean, I'm sure the PC Gamer account made a few bucks off of this tweet with 327,000 views.
That's like $1.
Not as many bucks
that's maybe
as they
$1.
definitely need. And maybe this article did end up getting some hate clicks, but I'm going to be using an archive because I'm not giving them my clicks. I'm not giving them my support. I'm
glad she did it because I don't want to look up I don't know how to look up an archive.
Them my attention except for making this video, which, let's be honest, only hurts them. You guys aren't going to go to their site and look at their article and leave a comment and support the way that they need you to. They're trying to bait you into being angry, and so angry that you end up leaving that comment and that you end up retweeting and
I'm just more wondering with, I guess because of that, right? But even so, I was going to say that I wonder why they do this in hopes to get engagement, because it's not like we're really going to engage with a post like this, right? It's just a super silly title. And I mean, I would have loved to read this article myself, but watching Vera read it is probably better because she probably doesn't read at a 5th grade level like I do. But I just want to say that I don't get what the point is. you obviously know that this game is popular. It sold 3 million copies, and somehow you want to talk down the gamers. Are you not PC gamer? Or are you like PC virtue signaler? I don't know what is your website called? If it's PC gamer, why not write articles that gamers will agree with or gamers are gonna be excited to read? I don't know why they're going down with the ship like this. It doesn't make any sense. Just even if you don't believe it, just lie. Like, why would you not just lie and be like, "Wow, this game's amazing"?
Posting
it probably
all of
is. So I mean, it's not going to be a lie, but
out
still,
for them the way they anticipate because the new media, the YouTubers, the content creators on platforms like X are not letting you guys fall for this BS anymore. This is why we call out this content so that they don't end up getting the clicks that they ultimately don't deserve. And we can sit here as a community and point and laugh at these idiots. So, PC Gamer's article says, of course, Gooner Game of the Year, Stellar Blade's mods are 41%
Pull his pants down. Let's see what he's working with.
If this is the Gooner Game of the Year, that's perfectly fine with me because it is still a game of the year. I absolutely love Stellar Blade. I think that it is fantastic. But technically, it was the Gooner Game of the Year last year because Black Myth Wukong was my Game of the Year through and through. Astrobot was fun. Didn't deserve the win. But Stellar Blade was my number 2 Game of the Year. It's got super fluid combat. I love the level design. I think that so much of the lore is really...
Like, if What's It Called didn't get it, if Black Myth Wukong didn't get it, I feel like ReFantasia should have gotten it.
Cool. I love a lot of the characters like Lily and Adam, and they're so complex.
Lily, that's her name.
It's a really good
That's
game.
the tomboy.
But yeah, it happens to have an attractive female character. Boo-hoo, Cry Me a River. Like, this isn't something that is that big of a deal, at least.
You want to know what's funny, chat? Let me see if I can actually grab this real fast. Chat, I don't know if you know this, but Eve, in a way, is kind of toned down in terms of what she looks like in the game. I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. I hope I don't get like in trouble for this, but let me just show you that. Yeah, I'll just show you guys this. Let me put it this way, chat. She got upgrades when it came to the Nikkei collab. There you go. She her hips, chat, like I like to say, those are the hips that saved gaming. Right there, and that's in the Nikkei event. So trust me, Nikkei is a lot worse than this game.
To most normal people, but of course the access media is filled with hypocrites. They'll praise things like Baldur's Gate 3 for having bear sex, but they won't praise Stellar Blade.
Why the bear? I don't understand. Is the bear that important? I don't get it.
For daring to empower a woman, though it says Stellar Blade finally hit PC 2 days ago, giving everyone a chance to do whatever it is the game is actually about. Clearly, they didn't actually play the game, or they're trying to mock people who actually are playing the game because they're saying that, oh, you're actually not consuming the content. All you're really doing is jerking it to this content. And hey, I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can do that. They shouldn't be able to police you, but like...
I think Nikkei probably has better Rule 34.
Clearly, this game isn't selling copies.
Chat. Yo, chat, who's jorking their
the Gooners.
Who be jorking
it's just
their
a
peanuts?
Good game all around. Unfortunately,
chat, show
no
me
one
hands.
knows what that is.
Hands on the table right now.
The discourse surrounding it is about the main characters, but maybe you should actually play the game. Maybe you should write articles on the game. I personally am on my 3rd playthrough of this fucking game, and it is actually really good, but...
I don't know how they got to the point where they decided to put out an article trash-talking the game before they actually play it. Like, that's super petty, and you look like a loser. Imagine looking more like a loser than the people who play Stellar Blade. That's nuts. Now that's wild. Chat, that changes everything.
You know, they're not going to say that because they haven't actually played it. They just want to be mad at it.
Yeah.
Well, now that butt is on PC, and you know what that means, mods. And if I were to make a book right now on how many of those mods somehow made Stellar Blade even more an SFW than it is out of the box, I suspect I wouldn't make very much money. Well, you're not making much money now, that's for shit sure. You might as well get right in that book. By intense scientific calculus, counting fully 96 out of the 234 mods mods, 41%, that currently exist for Stellar Blade are marked as adult, and frankly, some of the ones that aren't marked as adult are probably NSFW. How do you feel about Eve Feed Hands? Good? Would you like to discuss that with your grandparents over Christmas dinner? What?
Why would you talk to your grandparents about gaming? What? You're such a loser, bro. Dude, whoever wrote this, I don't know who wrote this. Obviously, this is on the video. I can't like scroll up and look at who wrote this. Bro, you're such a loser. How are you such a pencil neck dork that a game like Stellar Blade really bothers you? I know why it bothers you, because you know it's going to be successful, and it is insanely successful because I think after the first week, it has 3 million copies sold on Steam, and I'm sure it's on Epic too, so if we had Epic numbers, we would know, but chat, that's insane. That is nuts. Chat, that changes everything as well. Sorry, I like saying that. It's a meme in the gacha community.
Me, so that's why I don't care what you do with it. I've modded the game. I put the cow bikini on my Eve because I thought
Chat, someone find me that mod.
that it was funny. I thought it was a cute outfit. I didn't mind appealing to the gooners because I don't really care at the end of the day about like sexualizing this character. I just want to have fun playing a game as an attractive character. That shouldn't be such a negative thing.
Right.
I thought we were about women empowerment. That means we should be empowered by seeing a woman who looks like this, who is getting attention for her beauty. That shouldn't be a negative thing anymore.
Well, no, because they don't want you to have attention for being hot. They want you to have attention for not being the norm, and then that needs to have attention because that's real women empowerment, not women taking charge and being insanely badass and being super cool and like doing like insane flips and fighting monsters and coming out on top. Like, no, that's not empowering. Making sure the character's like fat and ugly, that's empowering apparently. Hey, welcome to Eastern gaming, baby. I was gonna say welcome to China, but this is a Korean game. Welcome to Korea, bitch.
And even at the end of the day, she's a fictional character, so why does it matter if somebody's sexualizing her? It's like fighting with a fucking potato with these people.
Really?
The majority are, well, what you would expect. Various ways to make even other women in the game various levels of nude. Someone did put her in an apron, though, which I suppose leaves something to the imagination. There are also a lot of main menu replacers that just put hardcore smut of one variety or another right there on the home screen, if that's your bag. Now,
okay, so I know they don't have the mods because they actually have them in game with like the Nikkei DLC. I was gonna say, I wonder how many Nikkei DLCs they would Nikkei mods they would have in it, but they have actual Nikkei DLC, so that's kind of out. I know they. God, I want to get in there and see the little Doro. The Doro is so cute, and I saw it in 3D. It's so funny, bro. It's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. I really want to see what kind of mods. Maybe some other mods, right? Let's get some Genshin Impact mods in there, some Wuthering Waves, some Zelda Zone Zero. Let's get those mods in there. I want to see that, right?
I personally don't use nude mods. I really only use like some various
I'm not gonna lie, chat. You know, when it comes to nude mods, they're not really my bag. Because it's like, then there's no, it's not, how do I say it? Like, it's not tasteful, right, chat? It's not tasteful. It doesn't leave much to the imagination. It's just like, oh, she's naked. I guess, bro. Sure. Why not? But like a nice outfit. I know there's like a kimono outfit, I think. Dude, that's peak. That's cinema.
Costume mods and sometimes quality of life features. Maybe that's enhancements to a mini map or a ping system, or
that'd be kind of cool.
Actually upping, you know, the FPS or the quality, whatever.
Ooh,
but I am going to download every single nude mod for this game just so the numbers on the mods go up a tick. Well, I'm going to do my part.
I'm doing my part.
Off these journos because they get so upset over people having the freedom to do what they want with their video game, which is so absurd. I'm not going to sit here and police you and tell you what you should or shouldn't be consuming as content. You're an
Right.
adult playing a mature rated game for adults, downloading mods that clearly say 18 plus, so only adults should be downloading them. Like,
Right, of course.
it's not that big of a deal, okay? There is sexual content in so much media now. Having a mod shouldn't.
I think it's because it's not it's not the sexualization that they want, like with the bear. I don't know why they want the bear and why the bear really resonated with these people. I don't want to make assumptions. I'm just saying it's kind of weird. Weird. Anyways.
Be a problem. Now, look, it says, I have no issue with what adults do in the privacy of their own home.
Of course you do. If you didn't, this article wouldn't exist. Why would this article exist if you didn't have any problems? You're like wagging your finger in everyone's face like tisk tisk tisk. You shouldn't be downloading this game. This game isn't good. This game isn't like this game won't earn you an extra spot on church or some I don't know what the hell they're trying to say. But it's like, bro, you're clearly pissed. And I got to say, it's so funny that you're mad. You're mad, huh? You mad? Yo, you mad? You mad? Oh, look at him, chat. Look at him. Check him out, chat. Look, he's getting red. He's so pissed. Pussy.
Clearly, you do have a problem. Clearly, this does bother you. If it didn't, you wouldn't have gone out of your way to make an article
It's
about
so
it.
funny,
You
bro.
are bothered. They said, though, I'm a tad bit mystified. I do wonder what kind of lifestyle it is that leads a person to turn a video game main menu into hardcore pornography. At some point, are you so inured to sexuality that you can have to cram it into every available crevice to feel anything?
They probably play Sims 4 mods, but that's okay because it's different. Or they have like gay mods for like games that they play, but that's okay because that's progressive or that's something. I don't know, bro. And obviously there's nothing wrong with gay mods. Hey, I'm just saying whatever mods you want to enjoy should be your right to enjoy them because it's a single player game. Whatever mods you want to have is between you and the Lord, right? It's not between us or anybody else.
Would you not feel more fulfillment if the erotic were less ubiquitous, more rare, more
That's
precious?
not a
At
real
least
word.
We'll always have Thomas the Tank Engine mods.
That
so
is
they're
a real word, but it doesn't matter.
just saying, oh, why are you horny? Why are you a sex addict? Why do you have to consume sexual content at all twists and turns? And hey, I personally don't like to do that. I think that having very intentional sex scenes in media is perfectly fine. I don't like watching overtly sexual content
Right.
a lot, but at the same time, this isn't the point of the game. You journalists are saying that all this game has to offer is sexual content when that's not true. Eve has a multitude of full body head to toe suits in the game that do not show any skin except for her face. It doesn't show any, cleavage or butt shots or panty shots, none of that. You are the problem in this equation, not
it's really funny too because I experienced this myself as someone who's been playing Nikkei for close to about 2 years now. When I play Nikkei and I play the game, I'm not really, no, trust me, there's still some girls that like get me surprised and stuff like that. But when I go and I play the game, I'm obviously playing this game for the story nowadays, right? When I first started playing it, the extra stuff, the fan service, that's what got my foot in the door. But that can only get you for so long. Like there's another game called, there's Brown Dust 2, there's Azur Lane, there's what's the other one? God, I can't remember. Girls Frontline 2. There's all these games that have a lot of fan service that I didn't commit to when it comes to gacha games, but Nikkei was one that I, to this day, still play and will continue to play into the near future until it EOS's, because this game has more than just fan service, and that's kind of what I've learned from Shift Up, is this game is more than fan service, right? If it was just fan service, it wouldn't get 3 million copies sold. And obviously, no one's going to listen to JOURNOS, so if they're mad about it, who really cares? We're just going to buy it and laugh in their face. But, you know what I'm saying, chat? This game is just more than what they make it out to be. These people have never played it. They obviously don't know that. Like, the fan service will only get you so far is all I'm trying to say, right?
Not the people who are simply downloading mods. And of course, PC gamers getting raked across the coals right now for this take, and they deserve it. They want to sit here and police you, which is, of course, not going to work out well for them.
What are you, my mom?
Delete your account and your website.
Delete your
views
account
mean nothing.
now.
We've seen what makes you cheer. Stop people like the game. If you can't be objective, professional, and respectful in your reporting, don't report on it. Oh no, the mods are smut. Have you not seen the Resident Evil 2 mods for Leon? They are mods, not official game content. This is another problem that I have with these people, is the sheer fucking hypocrisy. If you love Baldur's Gate 3, that's fine. There was a lot of questionable sexual content.
I never really played
there.
Baldur's Gate 3.
It's a lot of content
I know it's
in
a
the
good game,
marketing
though.
material that really turned me and a lot of other people off, but that's okay. You can love that game because the gameplay itself is fucking phenomenal. A lot of the story is really good. Like,
I can
it
appreciate
has a lot
it
to
being
offer,
a good game, but I myself
they were
don't play
praising
it.
that game. If you look at mods for male characters and shirtless male characters in games, they sit here and praise it. I love seeing shirtless male characters in my games. I love fucking seeing Kazan, and I love seeing Clive, and I love seeing Leon, right?
Stand
but
up.
I'm
You're also a gooner.
someone who loves to see beauty. I love to see a sexy Eve. I love to see Lara Croft. I love to see 2B, because it's the height of
2B's
humanity.
so fine. I can't wait for the Nikke
case, it's
rerun.
not humanity, and in Eve's case, it's not humanity. But regardless, it's supposed to kind of feel like humanity because they're supposed to look like humans, and that's perfectly fine. That type of content doesn't make you an awful person if you want to consume it. It just makes you normal. These people will constantly try to convince you that mental illness is actually acceptable, but they won't sit here and tell you that, oh, seeing a beautiful female character who was modeled after a real woman is bad. That is just insanity to me. PC Gamer upset that Eve isn't a butch lesbian with a beard. And hey, that's the thing. There are tons of mods for this game. You could make a mod that makes Eve look super butch. There's a pregnant Eve mod. You can...
Is that Marco Meatball? It is Marco Meatball. What did he say? This is a really pathetic title for an article. I was really expecting better, PC Gamer. What a major letdown. You could have talked about anything that this game has going for it, and instead you decided to write a fluff piece about smut. This is genuinely a real shame. Giga Chad. I love Marco Meatball. He does a lot of he reviews some of the music in gacha games and stuff like that. That's why I know him.
Edit the content the way you want.
He's a big fan of Wuthering Waves too.
Talk about that. Y'all sound so jealous.
Yeah.
This is the same journalist who gushed about the bear sex in BG3 or rated every penis he couldn't find in AC.
He did what? Bro, that guy's got a Blue Sky account. That's all I'm going to say. He probably does, right?
Yep, because the opinion of someone who wrote those gems is totally worth listening to regarding smut. So, yeah, I mean, we're getting wrecked right now. And I
don't think I want to know what his kind of smut is.
Did a previous video on the Stellar Blade PC port getting attacked simply for the sexual content. We, of course, had the video gamers saying that PC gamers are down bad for Stellar Blade. Vice saying that it broke sales records thanks to its thirsty fan base. But it's clear as day that it's not just gooners and chuds and thirsty gamers who are buying
Oh, no,
this
not
given.
the jugs.
It has broken Steam PC records in regards to Sony games that have been put on the platform. So yeah, it's doing phenomenally, and it's not just because of gooners, and the Access media has made themselves look like idiots yet again. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
I thought it was a great video. I also completely agree. I think that, so here, I mean, I said it once and I'll say it again, right, chat? Gooners material will only get your foot in the door. It won't really keep people in the game. And there's a game that has hit like 100, almost 200,000 concurrent views or players, and 300 million copies sold. It's more than what it seems, right? It's obviously got a good game, or a good story, a good gameplay, and good characters and stuff like that. I don't know why these people have such a they have such a issue with games like these. And I'm just gonna say that that guy who made the what's it called, the Shift Up CEO, is now one of the richest men in South Korea. So you know what I'm saying, he's doing something right. Obviously, he's doing some other things wrong. That's my personal feelings on that. You know what, chat? We'll talk about that. We talk about gacha games in another channel called Blue Demon Rin. But as of right now, we're just talking about this stuff. Chat, let me know how you guys feel in the comment section down below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.